Hey, what's going on, everyone? Welcome back. Today we're going to be getting into episode 4 of season 2 for Solo Leveling. Picking back off with Jinwoo's dad, dude. Oh, dude, that reveal last episode, crazy. I know if y'all watched that one, I've been like kicking myself in the butt, like not thinking that that could have been him. I like should have known. You could see it in his eyes. And I've always like, it's always been in the back of my mind since like starting this series, since, you know, last year, that Jinwoo's dad was going to come back into the picture. And here I am, just missing it. Damn it. Let's go ahead and recap the characters from last time. We gave MVP to Jinwoo around him just being like a really good friend to Jinho. I think, you know, Jinho really looks up to Jinwoo as like an older brother, and you know how Jinwoo doesn't really have a great relationship with his brother, and just Jinwoo's response there that, like, you know, he acknowledges him as his little brother. I think it's just really sweet, and like that means, I don't know, that connection means a lot to them. For the best moment, we gave that to Il Song, Jinwoo's dad. Just the reveal of it, I mean, it's just so sick, and especially because he defeated Dong Su too. Like, that's nuts, man. Must be a very strong S rank. Lastly, for the funniest moment, we gave that to Jinho when he was getting a little litty at the bar, you know, getting a little soppy, getting a little emotional. If y'all enjoy these reactions, consider dropping a like, subscribing. Check out the Patreon in the link below. We'll be 4 weeks ahead there for early access uncut reactions if y'all want to join us there. But yeah, appreciate y'all being here to watch with me either way, and let's go ahead and get in these episodes.
命の浸水の素材のうち2つまで揃った。残るはあと1つ。浄化された悪魔王の血の確実に手に入れるためにも万全。
Yeah, it's probably gonna be next level, man.
これ以上レベルを上げるにも上級のレイドには参加することすらできない。くだらない演技はもうやめよう。
Damn, he's gonna reveal himself? Yo, I just want to see what other people say about it. Like, everyone's gonna be mind blown. Guilds are scheming already. Just wait till Jinwoo comes. They've been waiting for him. This is what I'm curious about, though, because like I don't remember what like scale they used, but even after he got the powers, he never, like, that number never went up. Dang. Oh. That's loaded for Jinwoo, man.
ソンジヌです。
再審査ですね。
はい。
それでは測定方法は以前と同じですので、黒い水晶に手をかざしてお待ちください。あれ？エラー？すみません、もう一度。はい。
Interesting.
変なんです。何度やっても測定できなくて。
He's too unique for it.
これは機械の不具合じゃない。測定不能を示してるんだ。
どういう？
彼の魔力量がこの機器の測定上限を超えているという。
Really?
そうだ。この人はこの。
Okay, so that's like the S rank.
S 級だ。
Damn. So he's really S rank level now? Jeez.
おや、ロビーの方が騒がしいですね。
魔力測定を受けた覚醒者が騒いでいる。
Little do you know. Man, I'm curious what the other guilds are gonna be like thinking about Jinwoo and whatnot. I don't remember the name of this guy's guild, but I know it's one like the top ones. Jinwoo looks so nonchalant about it too. Hunter's Guild, okay.
あの人が火炎系魔法の頂点、最終兵器と呼ばれるハンター。なるほど。騒ぎのわけはこれか。
Jeez, dude, he looks so cool with the aura around him.
代表 チェ・ジョンインと申します。入るギルドはもう決まっていますか？もしよろしければこの後少しお時間。
まさかチェ代表が断られた？
ウカ長、僕ちゃんと彼にハンターズのチェ・ジョンインだって名乗りましたよね。音もなく消えてしまいましたね。
暗殺系でしょうか？
It's back.
見つけた。彼がレッドゲートを攻略した部外者。
ジョイン
Damn, he's quite a bit shorter than him. But that doesn't matter to him. He looks real confident.
によって一番知られたくないやつに
Yeah, he must be a schemer, bro. He seems like the creative, like conniving type.
今にも目を覚ましそうな顔してる。
Damn, that'd be so sad, man. I mean, how many years has it been now since she's been asleep?
おかげで自分の目が節穴だと気づけました。我々監視課の任務はハンターを監視し、法を犯す者がいれば処罰すること。
俺が監視対象に。
犯罪者とは別の意味で。監視課はハンターを取り締まることができる唯一の存在です。しかし、そんな我々でも S 級の前では
Just a whole nother level. Oh, it's the president.
はじめまして。ハンター協会会長のゴンヒ。
Chairman, not president. Same
ま
thing.
ずは S 級判定おめでとうございます。再測定はさほど意味はありません。その判定が出た時点で S 級とされたもの。
Damn, so he's literally Nestering now.
それは猶予期間です。こうして我々があなたのような人材と接触するために。残念ながら協会は規模の割に優れたハンターが多くはありません。どうしても大型ギルドの収入と名誉に目が向けられてしまう。
So they're trying to recruit him first.
ぜひとも我々の仲間になっていただきたい。あなたには協会の中でも重要なポストを用意しましょう。
どうしてそこまで。
出ているのは政府ではなく、モンスターから国民を守るハンターです。5大ギルド。現在は5匹の恐竜がかろうじてバランスを保っている状態。
Yeah, I'm assuming they're privatized too, so it's like everyone's incentivized through money. Sounds familiar.
ハンター協会はこれらを制御する6つ目の
Yeah, you need someone to
この国でなく
govern
てはなら
them,
ないのです。
make sure that they're not taking advantage of their power.
悪い話ではない。教会内でのポスト、出世街道も約束されたようなものだ。
Yeah, but does he really care about a career track at this point?
それにハンターとしてもすごい。
Okay, that's cool. Some good lore right there.
80を過ぎたとは思えない体格。現役を退いてなお死ぬ気でレベルを上げてきた俺とほぼ同水準だ。
Man, anytime they show the aura, it just makes me so hyped, dude.
ソンハンター。
Give him some time, bro.
すみません。お
Alright,
断
he
りします。
knows.
結局金か。
俺は戦いたいんです。
それはモンスターと戦いたいという意味ですか？
はい。
So it's not about the money for Jin Woo,
ということだ。彼の目に嘘はない。
unlike the other S ranks.
何年ぶりだろうか。私の心臓はまだこのような音が出せたのだな。このような若者と肩を並べて。わかりました。無理強いはできません。
Dude, the chairman seems like a real one. He doesn't even look 82. Like, he looks great for 80 years old. Man is built different.
この後の予定はすべてキャンセルしてくれ。この感情を邪魔されたくはない。ウ課長、この後一杯付き合ってくれないか。
私は飲めませんが、それでもよろしければ。
彼は酒が好きだろう。
So I can get him on your side.
担当するダンジョンは主に D から E 級。俺は一刻も早くレベルを上げて。
Yeah. Doesn't really align with his goals. Bro, that's Dong Su. Man, he got fucked up. He didn't look that fucked up last time.
イルファン・ソンという男、彼は本当にモンスターなのか？あれが人間だと思いますか？
Oh, so you're gonna start lying about him too. Are you kidding me?
違いなくあれはモンスターです
I mean, you're a beast too, dude.
分かった君は治療に専念したあの男は管理局が追っているしかし君を倒すほどの男を捉えられるかどうか
All I want to know right now is like, what's the pecking order of the S ranks? Like, who's the strongest?
絶対に俺の家族に近づくな。お前のために言っておく。死んでも俺の目から逃れられないと思え。屈辱的な敗北だ。向かうかは分かっている。装備が必要だ。奴をひねり潰すためのアーティファクトが。
Of course, he's gonna be just the vengeful type. I mean, I should have known that he was trying to get vengeance on Jinwoo too.
ハンターの数が増えた現在ネットでのオークションでも当たり前になったがなんでこんなに高いんだよ悪魔の城攻略のためにも装備は完璧にしておきたい
Makes sense. Gotta get best in slot, baby.
貪欲の玉はジョーとカナは売ることはできそうだ
Damn, he can sell his items. That'd be dope.
高級装備は20から 30% の上昇率だがこの玉は魔法ダメージが2倍と破格高値で売れるはずだ
Sell to the S rank of the Hunter Guild.
4年前のデータか。証明写真が今とは違って少年のようだ。不正登録の可能性は
Insane.
何度も瀕死の重傷を負った記録があります。その疑いは薄いが、ソン・ハンターですが、ハンタースのレードチームに入ったとの報告。
Oh man.
あのようなことを言っていたが、巨額の契約金に釣られたか。
報告によりますと、ソン・ハンターは採掘チームに入ったそうです。
採掘チーム？
はい。
He keeps just throwing him through a loop.
本当にということのない青年だ。
いい級ですって
Oh my god, bro.
上級ダンジョンのような大規模レイドでは分業が必須だモンスターを討伐する攻撃隊ダンジョン内のマナ鉱石などを掘る採掘チームモンスターの死骸を回収する回収チーム
Might as well specialize and make it more efficient.
下がってください。あまり明るいのは好きではありません。
Oh, let's go, dude. So dope. One of my like first memories of solo leveling is you know, the intro of the first episode where they're, you know, invading that island and he sends a huge fireball against the ants. So cool. Damn. He's confident.
ウェルダンにすると死骸が役に立たなくなるのでほどほどにしておきました。これで周囲の敵は大体片付けられたはずです。
Yeah, man. These hunters are decked out.
溶け焦げた匂いにご注意ください。攻撃隊が出てきました。
お出てきたぞハンタースのナンバー2が
The Babe. I don't remember her name though. What's her
ハ
name?
ンタースの副ギルドマスターにして国内9人目の S 級ハンター舞姫チャヘイン
Chahayan.
あれほどのオーラを放つ人はこの世に何人いるだろうか
何かしら今の強い気配
Damn, she sensed him.
ゴー会長がお見えになったのかと思ったけど嘘みたいにその気
She's comparing Jinwoo's aura to the chairman, dude. Time for the hard manual labor.
このダンジョンの中に流れている魔力の波動これが A 級ダンジョンのボスが放つ魔力か試したくなる実際の A 級ボス
Dude, I always get nervous when he just tests his limits.
いい級らしい。
E 級マジか
チーム長何考えてんだ。
E 級は本当どこに行ってもこういう扱いだよな
ほらほら、さっさと進みましょうよ。道が狭いのにバーッとされちゃう。いや、ご自分のペースで。
Yeah. Put some respect to the name.
チーム長あの人本当に E 級なんですか力が半端じゃないんですけどソンさんは神
Blue collars like us. Oh, man. No.
やっと一人になれた
Look how excited he is.
約1時間うち少しだけ見てこい
Just a peek.
ここがボス部屋か 確かにメトゥスよりは強そうだが、ボスを倒してはいけないという理性は残っている。倒せばゲートが閉じてしまう。ハンターズに莫大な損害が出ること。
It's like I don't give a fuck though.
そこで何をしているんですか？
Dang. She's on to him.
もう一度聞きます。そこで何をしているんですか？
Man, I've been waiting for them to meet. They haven't really like given her too. I mean, they've showed her character quite a few times actually, compared to like a lot of the S ranks. She's somewhat of a centerpiece, but you know, they've kind of been setting it up that they would eventually meet and they're going to be important to each other. That's kind of like at least the feeling I get. All right, y'all, let's go to move forward with the review section here. Really, really great seeing Jinwoo getting reassessed. It was honestly a really interesting thing to me because, you know, I think I said a little bit of this during the reaction, but for the longest time when Jinwoo reawakened, when he got this player system thing, he was reassessed and he still had the same power level. I think it was like 10 or something. And at the time, that kind of made me think that maybe Jinwoo's like player system was quite separated from like the traditional magical power system that they have, like that regular hunters have. And so maybe he was always just gonna have a 10 magical power. But it seems like this player system and leveling up does translate to his magical power increasing. So it's not completely disconnected from the traditional power system with the hunters being reawakened and whatnot. So obviously still unique in itself since he can level up his skills and you know, has this whole inventory and can summon all these things. Still very, very different and honestly quite a bit better than the traditional power, but still it's kind of cool that there is connection there. I also really liked how in this episode there was a lot more talk about how pathetic E ranks are. You know, this episode kind of contrasts the first episode of season 1 that we got really well. You know, we see these E ranks coming in to get evaluated and they can tell who's who, and people are kind of talking shit about E ranks. Even in the end of the episode with him mining, they're talking shit about Jinwoo being an E rank, and it's just interesting kind of seeing all this slander again. I mean, it's kind of more like they're discriminating against them, but it's just interesting because it kind of is a good tool to see how far Jinwoo has come once again. Like seeing who he was as that little kid as an E rank compared to now, and technically they still have the same rank and people are still discriminating against him when he's mining, and yet we as an audience know how strong he's become and how different it is. So I just thought that was kind of like an interesting little flashback to season 1. But lo and behold, you know, he does he gets reevaluated and his magic powers are off the charts, which means that he is an S rank level. Kind of surprised on that, honestly. I mean, I guess based off the red gate, you can kind of assume he's S rank level because the A rank kind of got smashed in that whole thing and he's the only one who could keep up. So maybe not that surprising, but it is interesting seeing that, you know, that's the way they evaluate S ranks, is if this thing can't, like this normal way that machine that they use to read Hunter's powers can't, you know, errors out. It's like, hey, I can't measure this much magical ability. Pretty cool. And so he's going to be, I guess, the 10th S rank. So there's only been 9. And we even get some information that like Chairman Go was the first S rank hunter, which I think would make sense. He's the eldest. He's the head of the Hunter Association. But it makes me so curious about like what the order of all the S ranks was. I guess before Jinwoo, the last one was Cha Hain. You know, she was the last S rank that's been awakened, I guess. But also makes me curious about Jinwoo's dad, right? Like when did he awaken as an S rank? Because seemingly it doesn't really seem like anybody except for Dong-su has connected the dots between Jinwoo and his father. You know, the association hasn't connected to Jinwoo's dad, or the guilds haven't. So it makes me curious, is like, has Jinwoo's dad been an awakened S rank that has always kind of been unknown? You know, he's been stuck in those gates for a long time, but still, like, seemingly it seems like hunters have been around for quite a while now with these gates and whatnot. So in theory, he should, you know, be well known by the Hunter Association and whatnot, and then therefore they should probably know who Jinwoo's connected to. But it kind of seems like they don't know. So there's probably something else going on underneath here with Jinwoo's father, especially in relation to humanity systems with the guilds and whatnot. I'm really curious to see how all that's going to play out. But yeah, in general, just got a lot of, you know, people sucking up to Jinwoo. They're all trying to get to him now. I mean, maybe not sucking up. That's probably not the best word for it. But, you know, both the Beck is after him, and Joinin, I think his name is, the Hunter Guild's head. He's after him. He seems like he's gonna really try hard to get him. The Hunter Association themselves after them. I thought that was kind of an interesting thing, like kind of the comparison of the Hunter Association to, kind of what the government is like today, right? To try to put checks and balances on, different power systems at play. And in real life, that's, big corporations. And I think you could compare the Hunter Guilds to, big corporations that we have in different sectors and whatnot. This is a specific sector in this world, but it's a very important one. And when they have that much power, that much money, they are looked up to, it's very hard to regulate them and get people into your association who are strong enough to regulate them. It seems like Chairman Go is like the really, really strong one. And then I forgot his name, but the one guy who's been keeping up with Jinwoo, he's an A rank. So seems like in general, it's very difficult for them to keep up with the guilds. But I like how when he refuses, the chairman's automatic thought is like, oh, he's after the money. But Jinwoo just says he wants to fight the magical beast. He wants to be involved in that. And you can see how much that affects the chairman. He kind of gets inspired by that. He has that like big feeling in his heart, which I thought was really interesting. So I'm curious like how their relationship's going to develop, if, at some point they'll kind of align more, or if it'll kind of just be like a mutual respect kind of thing. But super interesting there. All right, let's go ahead and get into the character ratings for MVP. Kind of hard one to give an MVP to, not like, there wasn't a ton going on in this episode in terms of like major plot moments or something, or fights. But I'm going to give it to Cha Ha-yin when she catches Jinwoo about to go into the dungeon or the boss's lair or whatever. And she's just, I don't know, the way Jinwoo described her with like how much aura she has, like it sounds like she has the most magical power out of the S ranks he's seen, which is crazy. And then same thing for her, like she thought she like could feel Chairman Go was around her, but it was really Jinwoo. So kind of power scaling them there a bit, which is really awesome. And then for the best moment, I'm going to give it to Chairman Go with his conversation with Jinwoo. I just really liked the whole, to me, it just makes me think about real life a lot and how relatable it is. But I just respect the chairman. I like how we got some tidbits about him being the first hunter, him being 80 years old and still has all this magical power. Just really cool. Lastly, for the funniest moment, also not a ton of funny moments, but I'll give it to Jinwoo when he's, he's the E rank miner, and all of them are like, is he really an E rank? And he's just ripped as hell. He's like, yeah, I got 99 strength, 99 mining, no big deal. He's just mining up some rune ore out here. Sorry if y'all have never played RuneScape. All right, y'all. I think that'll do for these episodes in review. Let me know what y'all thought about this one in the comments down below. Definitely starting to get little political moves here going on and whatnot. I think it's gonna be awesome when Jinwoo just fully comes out and everything's on the table. I think we're just gonna get so much more of these S ranks, and the big organization is gonna be sick, man. But yeah, appreciate y'all being here to watch with me. I hope y'all have a really good rest of your week, and I'll catch you for the next episodes. Peace.